Let's talk about storytelling in business. So you've all heard that storytelling is a great and powerful tool for getting a point across, whether in a sales pitch that you're doing to a client, or whether in a board meeting, or whether internal communications, whatever it may be. So I want to talk today about when to use them, how to use them, and how not to use them. So when to use stories. Again, powerful tool to use. What I like to do with stories is present the data or the facts and then use a story to bring them to life, right? Lead with the data, lead with the facts, lead with the point you're trying to make, and then tell a story that illustrates it and really brings it to life. That's where I think it's most powerful when you use them, to support the data, not in place of it. How I don't like to use stories, or how I don't like when they're used on me, I don't like it when somebody leads with a story and doesn't lead with the fact or the data. I'm sort of a bottom line kind of guy. Like, tell me the bottom line, and then I'll listen to and hear the story that backs it up or the supporting data. But I don't like having to wade through a long story to try to figure out where this thing is going to get to what the answer is that I'm looking for. It's just how I'm wired, and it's how I'm made, and I just don't think it's an effective way to do that. And my experience has been that the more someone leads with the story and the longer the story, the worse the facts of the data that I'm waiting for are going to be, right? This goes way back in my career as a sales manager, as I was leading my team. My top performers always got right to the point. Here's the deals I've closed, here's the revenue, here's my results. The poor performers always led with a story. It's complicated. It's a long story. Here's the deal. Everything was complicated. Everything was a long story, and very few, if any, deals ever got closed. And so that's why I don't like that. And so I think about this technique. Think about how you currently use stories in presentations or internal meetings, and think about how you can best apply it. Stories are awesome. They bring things to life. If you're only using facts and data, it's going to lose a lot of the impact that it's going to have. So lead with those, but then follow up with a powerful story, a powerful example that you have that bring those to life. And the last thing, never read your story. Don't read it. Know your story, tell your story like you would be talking about your kids or your hobbies or your childhood. Whatever it is that you know, you don't need to read that to anybody. You can just tell it. Now, if you need some notes in front of you, totally cool with that. Have an outline, have some bullet points, glance down at it to make sure that your thoughts stay on track. That's totally good. I'm doing it right now behind the screen. I've got some bullet points right there, right? But don't read it to people. People do not want to be read to at all. Get to the point, get to the facts, get to the data, then tell your story and watch the results that you'll get as you use that technique in sales or with your organizations or with your family or whatever case that you use it with. So see how it goes and let me know what you think.